It's the Jim and Terry Show, grooving to the mellow intro music on a cold. It was a cold morning.
Cold Thursday morning, snow coming tomorrow. They say probably the most accumulation we've had this year. So March is going out like a lion.
Oh, that bodes well for the gardening in April.
Or it's going out like a liar.
Oh, like a liar. This sounds like a political podcast coming up here. A chaser to my carbon tax expose while you were indisposed. I did one today. We did 3 while we were watching the integrated flight test number 3, and we only did 3 podcasts, so I filled in some.
Oh, did you?
But you didn't notice. Thanks for checking. Thanks for checking, my friend.
I didn't know you filled in the blanks. I didn't know.
Anyway, let's continue on. Right,
I just
left,
thought it was you and
north
me. No,
of the
I feel
border,
real
south
bad.
of the border. Does it matter? Does it make a difference what's happening in the political sphere? Conservative versus liberal, Democrat versus Republican, north of the border, south of the border, depending on where you live.
There's a new threat south of the border.
All right, let's start there. What do you know? Have you heard, Jim?
It's a cyber threat.
A cyber threat
to the United States. They're warning that they need to right away protect their water and wastewater infrastructure because the cyber guys are going to get it and shut it down.
Who are the cyber guys?
It could be anything from Iran to Russia to
North Korea to
bum people who aren't nice.
People who aren't nice, evil people.
Evil people. Yeah.
Malintentioned.
Yeah. Could be
okay, so watch out for your cybersecurity. Should that be a public message for everybody, not just for your infrastructure?
I think it is in the United States. I was listening to John Tory, and he said one time they had access to a computer that was left for the public. And someone, I think, came up to him, I don't know if I got the whole story right, and said, you can access absolutely everything to do with the government of Toronto through what you've just put there. And they had to stop that because anybody could go in and look how everything worked.
Okay. What specifically are we looking for? We're looking for malcontents, foreign terrorist organizations and or nation states to do what? To
shut down the water system.
Shut down water, shut down power?
I guess that's how you do it. I don't know how you mess with the water, but I guess they can stop the filtering system, and therefore you can't drink the water. And therefore, there's a lot of people who need water, and so then we have mass riot in the streets, and they steal your water.
Okay, so that's happening, as you said, this morning?
The warning went out this morning.
This morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might have went out last night, but John Tory was just saying, what happens in this, like you said, what happens in the States happens up here.
Yes.
So any threat down there, we should take serious up here.
Yes, I believe, speaking of threats, I believe it was the United States as one of the Five Eyes partnerships of knowing what's going on at anywhere, at any time in the world, who informed Trudeau that it was India that did assassinate the Sikh political activist in British Columbia.
So what's going to be done?
What's going to be done? Well, if you are a conservative, you would say, nah, it wasn't Modi. Modi's a good... I mean, we saw pictures of Harper and Modi. So, Canada and Modi, Harper, conservatives and Modi, it's just one of the same. No, it's not the same. When you take it upon yourself as a nation state to go into somebody else's country and assassinate them...
That would be wrong.
You just up the ante. But we need India.
Yeah, well, that's the way the whole world's starting to go now.
See no evil, hear no evil.
Well, that fellow you sent me that talk about him talking about economics and everything, saying he believes that China's on the eve of collapsing. He said the sad thing about that is because they're so secretive, we'll only know when products stop coming to Canada, stop coming to the United States. Products we have to have. Not it'd be nice to have to have in order to keep our infrastructures and everything moving and work and everything else. So found that guy, do you remember his name?
Peter Zine.
Huh?
Peter Zine.
Peter Zine. That was a great talk, but he was saying, you're not going to know when China falls.
Yeah.
It'll just, all of a sudden, all this stuff won't show up.
I find him interesting. I'm not sure how much weight to put on what he says. He's got a very interesting manner of speaking, and he's traveling all over and doing the first person and the stick. What do they call those? Selfie sticks. Yeah. So he does a lot of stuff that way. I'm not fond of that kind of thing. It's sort of saying, yeah, it's great in Colorado. We just had 50 inches of snow overnight. Yeah, okay. So tell us about what you're talking about.
Well, it's what came to my mind listening to him. And I'm saying, yeah, I'm eating this up, but with caution. Because remember when the clocks were going to turn to year 2000, planes were going to drop, all hydro was going to stop, you and me were going to dissolve into mush. Who knows what the threats came with that?
Didn't we dissolve?
And it never happened, none of it. Not a drop of it happened.
No.
So he'll make good money walking around the world, speaking and writing books and everything else. So that's the truth of the matter. And the only thing that bothers me, if he is like those who are saying the sky's falling and it wasn't, knowing it wasn't, if he knows that this is just a way to make money, then that bothers me.
Let's take that last line you just said and work it back into something that is unfolding this week, and that is the Republican GOP-led congressional investigation of Hunter Biden had their final, what I hope is their final, farewell to arms because they found nothing. 2 years of investigation, official investigation later, nothing, plus 3 prior years of investigating without having the congressional control of that committee, investigating nothing. And now we find out from the horse's mouth that Republicans are spreading Russian information. So Trump was right. Russia. Yes, you're right.
I don't even know what those people are even made of.
Well, the guy's name is Lev Parnas, and he actually did time for his crime. And now he was invited. Don't ask me why. They thought he was going to say something. He implicated Trump, Rudy Giuliani, Fox News, including Sean Hannity and someone else. And
oops.
Yeah, and it's all on public record, and it's because it's an investigation. He's under oath, so he's got a lot at stake if any of this can be proven false. But for now, he laid it bare, including a lot of allegations about many Republicans sitting in the very room running that investigation. Russian propaganda finds its way into the Republican Party. Makes me wonder, looking north, how much conservative, and I go back to the trucker convoy, how much dark money originated in the United States and where did that money come from?
We know some did for sure.
We know some did.
And that's one of the reasons why the bank accounts were freezed and stuff. I still like what Trudeau did. I'm not a real fan of him, but I thought in emergency situations, our nation was quickly being raided by thought, if you like. And I'm all for thought, free thought, but not when it's out of hand, like when it's just other people. There's always a worry when there's another country financing your thoughts. That's always a worry to me because it should be really none of your business.
You would think so, but that's not often the case. We find dark money in a lot of what we would call democratic countries working its way through. So how does it get there? Deripaska, Russian oligarch, is named in the Mueller report, as well as several other oligarchs. The Mueller report did not exonerate Trump, gave the evidence to be pursued by the next DOJ, the next AG, Merrick Garland. It's a slow process, which frustrates the heck out of me, but that's the slowness of the wheels of justice.
Well, the wheels of justice get bogged down by the rich, unfortunately. I mean, we all want to be successful and everything else, but not everybody's got the money Trump has to delay, hoping to become a dictator and pardon himself and lock up all of his critics and shut down, I guess, media.
And he said it all live on TV.
He's going to do this. I mean, that's why I say, we were talking earlier, I said, I don't know how someone who can stand at a mic, threaten the American people, all of them, because he's basically saying, you don't vote for me, my guys, I'm giving them the marching right now, there's going to be a bloodbath. Who speaks like that?
Yes.
You would say, there's going to be a lot of people upset. And if you lost an election, an honorable man would go to the mic and say, well, it's been lost, but we'll fight again. That kind of thing. Not go into the streets and kill everybody and close down the auto industry. What an idiot. Close down the auto industry? What an idiot. Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I went like that. But I mean, we got to understand,
Calm down.
I don't like unions. You know that. I'm not a union man. But you don't want to close down an industry. You you need that whole industry for a lot of reasons. And to indicate that that's, if he gets elected, he's going to go after those people. How? What's he going to do?
And that's I don't want to say just America, but that's the American side of the border.
Yeah.
That floats north.
Absolutely.
And who is better equipped to deal with Trump, Pierre Poilievre or Trudeau? Trudeau's had 8 years worth of dealing with Trump, not directly, 4 years of Trump, but he had to negotiate NAFTA 2.0.
Trump, to tell you the truth, on that scenario, probably Poilievre, and I'll tell you why. Trump wouldn't like Trudeau for nothing. Wouldn't like his politics. Wouldn't like the way he thinks.
His daughter
wouldn't
likes
like the
him.
way he looks. Wouldn't like any of it.
His daughter likes him.
Well, that's fine and dandy, but
Ivanka.
yeah.
Maybe we could have a royal family.
Oh well, don't put that past these plans to just take Canada, annex it.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure about Pierre Poilievre. He's a bit of a weasel, and I don't think Trump will have anything to do with him.
I can't take you too serious, Terry. You do not like the guy or his party. You're not going to say anything good. And that's okay. That's okay.
No. Go ahead. Yeah, I know it's okay. Yeah, I'm entitled to my opinion and, yes, my beliefs, but you're right. So go ahead.
Well, I forgot what I had said. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm an open book, and our computer froze, and I said the most wonderful things
He
in
was
the
so
world,
eloquent.
but I now forget.
And that's okay. We don't have too much time left in this. I was just commenting that the state funeral for Brian Mulroney is this week, and that's strange that Pierre Poilievre was not invited to speak, to give a eulogy.
Yeah,
But
Gretzky was.
Gretzky was, but
And
I'm
so
going to
is
say
Prime
Justin
Minister
Trudeau.
Well, it was Brian Mulroney, and I think this is big of the man, being a different political leaning, said that he thought Trudeau did a great job through the pandemic. And I don't know why you would even think of inviting Poilievre.
Because they're of the same political party.
Mr. Singh would be probably one that's got more power in Canada at this particular time.
Maybe.
Now, Poilievre's
Well, we're going to test that theory, aren't we? Today's a vote in the House of Commons.
Yes, today is.
Stay tuned. The Jim and Terry Show, looking for results. Results for people, serving Canadians.
Got many heads blowing up at this particular time.
Bye-bye for now.